All right, today, kind of an important topic. We're going to just brush on it. It's not hugely something we can dive into. Normally in school I would, but we don't have time this year. But it's this idea of compound inequalities, the ands and the ors, and special cases. So we recall what we talked about the other day, that ands, the important word today is ands. We're going to look for that overlap of the two things. So if we had an inequality, one going this way and one going this way, for an and situation, the final solution would be between those two endpoints. We need that overlap for the and, as opposed to the or, where anything on the number line that's covered is part of the solution set. So it could be something down here, could be something up here. As long as it's covered on the number line, it's part of the solution set. With an and statement, I need an overlap between those two things. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through these special cases. The other thing I mentioned was my general rule of thumb. My general rule of thumb, that ands connect and ors go like this. That's true when there's nothing unusual about our compound inequalities. However, today we're going to look at the exceptions to those rules. Generally, we're going to keep it pretty straightforward this year. Ands connect, ors go out. But we will look at a few today. So here's a special case. I have x is less than 3 and x is greater than or equal to 5. So what I'm going to do is graph these lightly on the number line, and we'll see what the final solution set should be. So x is less than 3 would look like this. X is greater than or equal to 5 would look like this. That looks like an or statement, but it's not. It was stated as an and statement, which means we need overlap. And we don't have any overlap. So our answer to this one would be a no solution. On your final answer, I would expect nothing on the number line to be shaded. So be careful with these. Don't scribble really hard or in pen as you're first making an attempt, or make a separate number line and then give me your final answer clearly when you're ready to make that call. Second example here, x is less than 3 would look like this, and x is less than or equal to 5. That goes the same direction. Again, because this is an and statement, I need that overlap. Where are the two things overlapped? They're overlapped here. Final solution would be just those numbers where x is less than 3. That's the final solution set. So we can use a preliminary number line to kind of get an idea and sketch out what's happening there. But as a final answer, we should see a clear, maybe a second number line where we write the inequality and we graph it clearly. Okay, so weird things happened here. Because those inequalities are both going the same direction, something strange happened here. And this is what's happening with all of these special cases. Let's look at this one. X is less than 3, or x is greater than or equal to 5. Well, that's our standard or statement. Anything that's covered on the number line is part of the solution set. There's my answer. What about this though? I've switched the direction of the inequality here. So x is less than 3, or x is less than or equal to 5. Well, remember, this is an or statement now. I do not need overlap. Anything that's covered on the number line is part of the solution set. And what's covered on the number line is from that 5, including the 5, on down. Is the 3 included? It had an open circle on it. Yes, it is, because it's also covered above it by that other inequality. So my final solution here would be all numbers less than or equal to 5. So ands and ors make a difference in what part of the number line is covered. Here's another one. X is greater than 3 would go all the way this way, or x is less than or equal to 5 would go all the way this way. I have overlap here, but again, this is an or statement. I don't care that I have overlap. Anything that's covered on the number line is part of the solution set. So my final answer would be, in this case, everything is covered. This would be in all real numbers. Again, ors I don't need overlap, ands I do. Here I've reversed the direction of the second one again. X is greater than 3 goes this way. X is greater than or equal to 5 goes this way. Again, I have overlap, but I don't really care. Anything that's covered is part of the solution set. X is greater than 3 is my answer. If this was an and, the answer would be here, but it's not. It's an or. Anything that's covered is part of the solution set. Let's see if they both went this direction and this was an and statement. So same as the last one, except now it's an and. Now we need that overlap. The answer would be here. X is greater than or equal to 5. So make preliminary investigations on the number line. Give me a separate number line with your final answer as well, okay? This is not an answer. As you're writing on a test or a quiz, make sure it's clear what the final solution set is. X is less than 3 and X is greater than or equal to 5. Again, this has no overlap, no solution. We may have already done that problem. Ands need overlap, ors do not. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them really quickly, and you notice what happens here is all of those numbers are 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So let's see what happens in each of these weird little special cases that I just made up. So let's see, X is less than 3 or X is greater than 3. Number line, here's 3, less than 3 or greater than 3 would actually be all numbers except for 3. We could say all real numbers, and then we could say as long as X is not equal to 3. So strange case there. What about X is less than 3 and X is greater than 3? There's our 3, less than 3, greater than 3. There's no overlap there. This would be a no solution. Less than or equal to 3 and greater than or equal to 3. Well, let's see, less than or equal to 3 would go this way, and greater than or equal to 3 goes this way. The only number that's covered there with an overlap is the number 3. X equals 3 would be our only solution. X less than or equal to 3 or X is greater than or equal to 3. 3, close circle, close circle. That way the entire number line is covered. That would be in all real numbers. Less than 3 and greater than or equal to 3, let's see. 3, open circle, arrow to the left, close circle, arrow to the right. There's no overlap there. Remember that open circle means it goes up to the 3 but doesn't include the 3. This would be a no solution. Less than 3 or greater than or equal to 3. Less than 3 that way, greater than or equal to 3. That covers the entire number line, including 3. That would be in all real numbers. Okay, so these ands and ors, they're particular. They're not hard, but my suggestion is draw a number line, sketch it out to get an idea of what's going on within the problem. Look for the overlap if it's an and, anything that's covered if it's an or, before you make your final decision on the final answer. So there's a Delta Math assignment that includes some of these special cases. So go slowly. You have to get, I think it's 10 of them right total. Go slowly and carefully, work your way through them, draw them out. Do not try to do them in your head. And that is due, I think, Friday night as well, but double check the date on that, okay? Have a good night, guys, and plan on a test on Thursday.